red velvet. That's too much. But the mug cake is coming though. It's coming. I am Darius. This is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. Enjoy me. I'm guilt-free. Indulge. Let's make this thing. No hesitations. Boom. Give me coconut flour, 2 tablespoons, plus 2 teaspoons. And yes, it makes a difference. There are 3 teaspoons in 1 tablespoon. So that means we're short in 1 teaspoon, and that teaspoon will matter, okay? If I lost anybody, 1 tablespoon, 2 teaspoons, all right? 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Now, what I did notice was the cocoa powder, like this Hershey's, it clumped up kind of bad. You might want to consider that when you're making the recipe yourself. You might want to try to, it was a strainer, so you can break apart those little clumped up pieces, because when you're mixing it, it will matter. Or just when you're mixing it in the mug, you can just kind of press them against the side to knock those pieces out so they won't clump up when you're cooking it. 1 teaspoon of granulated sweetener, or it can be powdered. You can swap those out for each other. But what you cannot do is take the granulated sweetener out and just use a liquid sweetener. That's going to change the entire consistency of the mud cake, okay? I would hate to say just don't make it if you don't have the granulated sweetener, but in reality, that's just the truth. Because I may only get 1 chance with you. And if you try it and it's nasty, or the texture is completely off than what I'm sitting here telling you to do, then you're gonna be like, oh my God, Darius's recipes are so nasty. No. There's a reason, there's a science behind this. I will explain all of that in upcoming videos and in my cookbook as well. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and mix that together. And then we're gonna grab our wet ingredients. Now, wet ingredients consist of 2 tablespoons of butter. Could be unsalted or salted. But remember, if you're gonna use salted, be mindful that there is salt being added into the recipe. 1 teaspoon of heavy cream. This is important because it brings the cream factor. For the cookbook, a coconut flour devil's food cake with cream cheese icing. That is what I noticed was missing in my cakes, with the cream aspect of it, the milky aspect. So with it being red velvet, you definitely want to add that cream aspect to it, considering originally red velvet is made with buttermilk. 1/8 teaspoon of stevia. Now, this is something you can remove if you like, but if you hate the bitterness of stevia, I'll just say give me a chance when it comes to it, because there's a reason I mix my sweeteners the way I do. But if you taste it and you feel like it's too much, you can always remove the sweetener. But the granulated sweetener or the powdered sweetener that you use in the actual cake itself, on the drier side, don't take that out. Like, leave that there. 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/8 teaspoon of food coloring. Now, food coloring is completely optional. More so, I just put food coloring in it so it can give you that red color of the red velvet cake. But for flavor wise, you don't need it at all. Now, I did not make the cream cheese icing for it, but the cream cheese icing is enough for you to split between 2 cakes. Now, if you just want to go hard on it, you can eat the whole thing, that's fine. I get it, I don't judge. Because to be honest, my mud cakes, if you've ever noticed, they're super calorie dense. But I do it to produce the best flavor. It's a dessert, it's supposed to taste good. You don't eat desserts every single day, all day long. Desserts are supposed to be for dessert time, I guess you could say. I'll make the recipe, I will deliver, you handle the rest, all right? All you gotta do is eat. But with the cream cheese icing, what it is 1 ounce cream cheese, 1 teaspoon of sour cream, and when it comes to the sweetener, you have a choice. But let me tell you what to expect when it comes to using these 2 different ones. Now, you can use 5 to 10 drops of liquid stevia, or a teaspoon of granulated a teaspoon of powdered sweetener. You can use granulated, but granulated is probably going to be it's going to leave a crunchy taste to it. Well, crunchy texture, excuse me. But you can use it if that's all you have. But if you use stevia, you're going to have more so that bitter flavor is going to stand out far more, because it's by itself and it's not really in anything thick. The bitter flavor isn't going to be inside of the actual mud cake itself, because I didn't design it to do that. I designed it so it'll be soaked up and you just get the sweetness. Inside that cream cheese like that, you're not really going to be able to fight that. And the walnuts, you can add the walnuts in afterwards, or you can add the walnuts in with the mixture and put them in the microwave together. Me personally, I like to add my walnuts afterhand. What I did was I just put the bowl straight inside of the microwave, just like that, since I made it here. Technically it's a mud cake, but it's really just designed just to go inside the microwave fast. So you don't have to make it in a mud. I mean, a mug. And also I know some of my other mug cakes, like it wasn't very visually appealing to look inside that mug. It looked, let me stop rambling. Now, even though this is coconut flour, look at that texture. I have been working my butt off trying to figure out how to keep coconut flour from getting super dry. But ongoing theme, if you notice in my mud cakes, I always use coconut flour. In all honesty, it's still not as moist as an almond flour cake would be, but I bet it's moister than any other coconut flour cake you ever had. The consistency is well, and the flavor is there. The only thing it's missing, I should have made that cream cheese icing, but see, I didn't make it on purpose, because if I would have made it, I would have ate the whole mud cake. You get that cream flavor in it, and you get that little hint of cocoa. That's what it's supposed to be. A red velvet cake is a little hint of cocoa. Don't overdo the cocoa in the red velvet cake, because then it's just a chocolate cake. Like, I don't see the point. This is perfect for Valentine's Day. And those little Valentine's Day recipes that they got, or not recipes, but all those little snacks they got, I made this for you guys and myself to keep me from going in there and snacking. I haven't done it yet though, so don't worry. That's gonna wrap this video up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. A quick little secret, I do have an entire red velvet cake with white chocolate cream cheese frosting coming in my cookbook. Already made it, already tested it out, mind blowing. But this one does feature almond flour and coconut flour mixed. I am Darius, this is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. I'm not a chef, I'm an entertainer. Bye.